And welcome back, guys. Today we're outside, we're not in my studio because I want to talk to you about an accessory that may be crucial for your wildlife photography. And what I'm talking about is this gimbal head. It's a gimbal head in general, but this gimbal head in particular. Now, as you can see, I have my XH2 with the 150-600 mounted right now, and this is the setup XH2 or XH2S. This is the setup that I normally use when I go doing wildlife photography. Having a gimbal head, and I'm going to show you what the gimbal head does, helps you a lot when it comes to framing, when it comes to autofocusing, when it comes to freedom, although it may seem counterintuitive because you're on a tripod, but it is. And it helps you in general with not feeling the weight of your camera hand holding the whole time. Now, let's talk about what a gimbal head does. When you think about gimbal, you usually think about the video accessories that helps you stabilize your footage as you walking around. But when it comes to wildlife photography, a gimbal head, what it does, it gets you the flexibility of moving your lens around the way you want, keeping the body exactly steady in the position where you leave it. Now, this is crucial to help you choose what you want to shoot and help you also keep the framing stable and not wobbling all over the place. What that does, on top of reducing vibration and all of that, it also helps you with the autofocusing, because when you're hand holding, you're just going all over the place. And when you're doing that, the autofocus can go crazy because it's expecting let's just say the bird to be in a position because you were tracking it in some way, but as you move around, you just may have, you may shake, you may be feeling the heft of your equipment, and then moving in a way that it's not linear, and it may throw the autofocus completely out of whack. In this specific case, you just having something that it's not completely free to move, there's got some friction, which also helps for video, and it helps everything being smoother and better and easier to track and easier to frame. So really important, really important device. Now, the specific gimbal head that I'm talking to you about is the K&F heavy-duty gimbal head. It's a gimbal head that gets you 360-degree flexibility. You see over here, you can rotate it as much as you want, and it gets you the flexibility on going up and down depending on how long your lens is, because at some point you're gonna end up hitting the base of it, but that's normal for any gimbal head. And it's rated for 20 kilos, 44 pounds if I'm not wrong, and that is a lot. I mean, usually like this setup over here, it's 2.2 kilos or something like that, maybe 2.3 overall. So it's 5 pounds, more or less. You may have equipment that weighs twice as much, 3 times as much. I would argue it's difficult to have something that weighs a lot more. I mean, you can if you buy a 400 2.8 and a big camera with a battery grip and all that, you can go heavier than that. If you buy 600 4, of course you can have something that is heavier than that. But if you have that kind of equipment, if you're buying $15,000 worth of lenses, you're looking at something that costs a lot more when it comes to tripod, gimbal heads and all that. This gimbal head comes at less than $200, way less than $200. And if you're looking at the discount code that Genfate gave me for you guys, named like Luca18, anything you buy from the Genfate, from the K&F website, purchasing page, it's gonna be discounted 18% off. So it's an okay, it's like a bargain if you think about it. This is like $150 or $160. Take 18% off, you're buying it for basically nothing. And the construction is super sturdy. I was not expecting it to be that sturdy and that good. It really surprised me. When I put it on my tripod, I was really impressed. The feeling that you get out of this is really great. It's all metal, it's all aluminum if I'm not wrong, and it's just everything feels really well done. The only thing that can concern you is a little bit of wobbling when you're losing this, but it's normal because here there's rotating part, I wouldn't be concerned about it, because once you're really using it for shooting, it's not wobbling a lot, so it's not affecting your normal shooting. So why a gimbal head is important for wildlife? Because hand holding all the time, it's tiring, your arms get tired, and even if this is not a super heavy setup, it may get tiring hour after hour after hour. And also, as I mentioned, you're less stable, you're less predictable when it comes to the algorithms from the camera, and everything feels smoother. A gimbal head is the perfect solution for photography, especially because it's way more flexible than a ball head. It's way more flexible than a fluid head, which is good for video. But at the same time, not being completely loose, it still gets you that freedom of movement that can look good in video as well. So what is important to notice is that unless you're 100% a video shooter, a gimbal head is a much better solution, because while it's not as good as a fluid head for video, it's very good anyways. And when it comes to photos, the flexibility that you get out of this setup compared to the one that you get out of a fluid head, it's like there's no comparison. Taking pictures with a fluid head, it's a pain in the butt. I'm telling you guys, it's not that easy. With this one, it's much more easier. Now, of course, sometimes you have to be hand-holding your camera and lenses because of some specific shooting. Well, for your normal wildlife shooting, where you know what you're doing, you know where you're going, you know what you're looking for, so you know that your subject's going to be there and you're waiting for it in that area, having the possibility to be like this and just having everything stable, not waiting on you, and being fluid is crucial. It is really crucial. Now, how a gimbal head like this works? Like any gimbal, you just have to balance everything. And in this case, you only have two things that you have to balance. Let me remove this lens, so I'll show you what it is that gets you the balance. Now, before I forget, the gimbal head comes with its own plate. Now, in this specific case, I wasn't using it because my lens has the Arca Swiss plate in the tripod collar, so I didn't need it. If you don't, like many other lenses don't, this comes provided with this plate, which is solid, it's all metal. It's really good. And so, how do you balance your gimbal head? It's super easy. You have two knobs that you have to work. Now, let me lock this and this. So there's two things that you can move around. One is this, okay? Now, I completely threw off the balancing, but it's gonna be easy to do it. And one is this one, where you just move it around to find the sweet spot for your lens. Once you do that the first time, and you know where to set it, usually you have one lens and one camera that you're using for wildlife. Unless you're someone that does that super seriously, where you have different cameras, different lenses, then all the time you need to adjust the balancing. For your normal one lens, one camera use, you do it once and you're never gonna move around, and that is gonna be always balanced. Once you've done that, everything's gonna be super steady and super smooth. So for me, this is a huge thumbs up for this gimbal head. I really appreciate the build quality. It doesn't look fancy, your usual gimbal head have something like curved that looks fancier, and it makes you feel like it's a more important product. At the end of the day, what matters is the stability and the build quality. This is very stable, and the build quality is really, really, really good. So I would definitely recommend you, if you want to explore your wildlife photography and you want to make it a little bit better also for video, this is something that I would definitely recommend. I'm very happy that K&F sent me this product for review, because I wasn't expecting it to be that good. So for me, it's super easy to recommend it, because for the price, again, less than $200, way less than $200. And with the 18% discount that I remember, it's Luca 18, on anything that you buy on their website, this comes in at a price that it's super competitive. The very good, like the ones that professional use, cost $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. This comes at a fraction of the price and gets you a really, really, really good performance for the price. Highly recommended, super nice build, very efficient. There's not much you can ask for that price. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave me a thumbs up. Leave me in the comments if you have any questions. I'll try to answer to that. And again, don't forget the discount code Luca18 and the link in the description where you can buy this and all the K&F products. I have more stuff coming. Stay tuned. Everything that you buy from them with that discount code is going to be 18% off. That's it. Bye. I'll see you in the next one.